Neither. Uh, it's a little, random video. I would be, I'd be spouting a little bit, so you don't have to, you don't have to watch me. I'm just gonna be walking around this place. It's cute little place. Um, fits the mood quite well. Um, there's a nice, cute little solar system above me. It's cute. I like this spot. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about me and working as a tarot reader. Now, I know I just made a video about um me doing tarot reading and how other people should feel respected about, you know, their thoughts about a tarot reader. Um, I've been doing this for over a decade and I take grand passion in what I do. Um, but as of lately, I've been trying to do a lot more uh, self substantial. This is more of a. I've been doing this, and I first started this out as a hobby. Um, I can tell you when I first started. Uh, is around the time I was around 20, 20 years old. My family situation wasn't doing so hot, and I had to move around a lot, for lack of a better word, there, and it was stressful for me. Um, Everything that my parents would tell me was like, in the name of God, and all that. So yes, I am a born again Christian doing tarot. We can go over that later. Um, but when I did finally have a place of my own, I wasn't very versed in tarot all that much. I always thought that everything that was interesting or intriguing was just of the devil or whatever. And no, I soon learned that my heritage, my background, was very much rooted in the hoodoo voodoo. I don't tell people that all that much, but sorry, I basically learned that maybe I could grow up learning the history of my people, you know, and I technically grew up very white, a military kid, sure, so I moved a lot, but I was able to learn different cultures, but not enjoy my own. You know what I'm saying? So when I was finally out and on my own, I learned about things. I I had a friend that um is my current Reiki master, and he taught me a whole lot of things. He's into runes and all that stuff, but I was like, you know, I'm very versed in giving advice. How about I give advice through tarot, right? And for anyone with a brain, that sounds reasonable enough, you know? Um, I'd talk about advice that people would need, and I wouldn't mind, I'd be like, here's a card, and here's what it means, and this is what it means for you, right? And I went with that, and I was just doing it as a hobby. I was 21, 22 at the time, and unbothered by needing to know what to do, I kept doing it, and it was fun. I had a good time, and soon I was told that I should be paid. um because I was doing so well and I was getting a whole lot of people when I was streaming this. I was streaming tarot way before I did live events. Excuse me. Hold on for my controller. And I had a lot of fun, but people were just telling me like, do you not get paid for this? Like, you're really good at this. And I was like, I do it for free, really. I just thought this was kind of something that I could do. And soon enough, I ended up making like a half brand over it on my Twitch, switching from comic dubs to um, comic dubs and art to uh, reading tarot every once in a while on a Twitch, on Twitch. But I didn't know what to brand myself as at the time, so I used Abdul. I was Abdul for a little bit. And all you veterans that know, I was Abdul for quite some time because my first fun stream deck that I used, other than the cat deck, everybody knows that one. I have that one still, that one's my baby. But I started reading for other people using the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure tarot deck. It was only the major arcana. It was only the 28, and I did a lot of readings with that, and they were fairly accurate with that. But over time, I was like, you know what? I think I could do the 78. I think I think it's 78. Look, I've been doing this for 10 years and I still don't know the accurate number. I know it's a set number, but I'm dumb today. so now I've been I don't know. It kind of just blew up from there after I learned. I'm very self-taught, by the way. Reiki, I have a Reiki master. I have 1, 2, and 3. I have that, right? But I didn't learn tarot from anyone else. It wasn't my parents. It wasn't my grandparents. It wasn't anyone through my adopted family. I learned this on my own. So when things started to get slightly dicey and all that with my family, I didn't really mention anything about my streaming life. I just didn't. Just because I figured, why? Like, why would I tell my parents about me giving advice to people using tarot cards, right? Why would I want that? And since my parents are very much Christian, uh, the stigma and all that. I learned my history by then. I learned not to talk about it. I wasn't very open, but I was just a tarot reader, I wasn't full on into being called like a witch or anything like that until like maybe when I was 25, 26, or 27. Um well into it, right? So when I'm starting out, I could just do what I need to and help people, and I felt good about that. Right? um Apparently that wasn't the case either, because I was slowly starting to learn to not always memorize the cards. I was learning about different meanings for these cards and starting to learn that there were reversals. And I don't do reversals to this day, but I learned the intricacies. I learned practically everything there was to know. I was in deep by the age of like 24, 25, and not really deep per se, but like more of the I'm getting it. And for a tarot reader, that's usually a